We've had a couple of nice spring days out here in Michigan since the last time I had a devotion. It got me excited about working in the yard. Everybody told me I was doing it too fast. That in Michigan you don't work in the yard until Mother's Day. Well, then it turned around and got cold again, so I guess they're right. Well, this is a short midweek devotion. I guess I'll take a little break from my playing in the yard to share a short midweek devotion from the Littleton United Methodist Church. We're looking at wisdom literature in the book of Proverbs, and we're going to talk about prosperity. Benjamin Franklin said, "Early to bed, early to rise makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise." And Benjamin Franklin pretty much wrote, Poor Richard's Almanac of Wisdom Literature. We're looking at wisdom literature, and especially the book of Proverbs and the book of Psalms. What does the Bible say? Well, in Proverbs 6:6, that's an easy one to remember. Chapter 6, verse 6, we have these words. "Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider his ways and be wise. He has no commander, no overseer, no ruler, and yet it stores its provisions in the summer and gathers its food in the harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep, from taking your nap? How long will you lie there? A little sleep, a little slumber, and poverty will come upon you like a bandit, and scarcity like an armed man." And then in chapter 10, verse 22 of Proverbs, we just have these simple words. "The blessing of the Lord brings wealth, and he adds no trouble to it." So the question, does being a faithful follower of Christ bring wealth, tangible benefits, and blessings? What is Proverbs talking about in here? I'm going to try to unpack that a little. You may agree with me, you may disagree with me. I'm often wrong, but at least it'll give us something to chew on and think about for the day, okay? There are those who believe that is exactly correct. That one of the marks of being a faithful follower of God is prosperity. That God will bless us in tangible ways, take away our pain, heal our pains, our diseases. I'm not going to argue with that. I don't think that's what Proverbs is talking about in this passage we're looking at. And I don't deny God's willingness or ability to do miracles, wonderful things, to bless us just, unbelievably bless us. I don't have a problem with that, except that Jesus went through a lot of struggle. And the Apostle Paul did too. And Paul wrote that if it's for this world only, that, we are believers in Christ, I am to be, I am to be pitied above all men. There are Christians in Ukraine and right now going through horrific times. That's in God's hands. God can do wondrous things. God may do wondrous things. Not everyone that is faithful has an easy life. I guess, as I said, that's for another day. On the flip side of that discussion, about whether God prospers us in every way, all the time, if we're faithful, there are those that believe that this world is so entrapped by sin and unfairness and injustice that we're pretty much enslaved by it, that some are wealthy and prosperous, and those are not the godly, but they are the evil, and that so many are so under subjugation that they can't blossom, they can't get out of it, they can't grow. And I'm not going to deny that either. I'm not going to argue social justice right now, except to say I don't think that's what these passages are talking about. Boy, we certainly know that there is a lot of injustice in our world. And we know that not everybody has quite the same set of circumstances going into this world, and that it's a little easier for some than others. So I won't argue that. That's a discussion also for another day. We are in wisdom literature right now, in the book of Proverbs, and we're not talking about systems or deep theological concepts or wrangling about this view as opposed to that view, but this is sort of nitty-gritty where I live and where you live. This isn't a promise that if you take a nap too long, the bandit's going to break into your house, or a promise that if you love God, that you're going to, be healthy, wealthy, and wise. What this is saying is that in the situation that you are in, the wisest course of action is to be a godly person, an industrious person. Now, I've just used a couple of sections from Proverbs, but all the way through the book of Proverbs, it talks about this. It's kind of one of the background main themes throughout the book. And some of the ideas, some of the principles that are taught in a faithful home are also principles that are helpful in surviving in the world we live in. Doesn't matter if you are born into privilege or if you're born into poverty, wherever you are at, these ideas will be helpful to you. And those ideas are, we looked at the last week or so, to live a life of wisdom, that wisdom comes from God. To live a life that is not lazy. It says you sluggard. I gotta have fun with that one. It just rolls off your tongue, you lazy bones. But an industrious life, a wise life, a godly life, an honest life, these things will do you good pretty much no matter what circumstance you're into. They help prepare you for this life and help prepare you for the next. Well, we are about halfway through this week. Interesting. We are about halfway through this week, and I don't know what your week is doing and how it's going, but don't give up. Don't get lazy. Don't fold your hands and sleep so that a bandit will get you. And may God give you the wisdom and the energy to make it through this week. Oh, yeah, so Mickey, you folded his hands in sleep, and a bandit got eaten. Interesting. May God bless you.